What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jeff, back in with another video. And today, I'll be talking about why I'm not getting the new Mavic Pro 2. And one of the reasons is, I got something against companies that after a couple years they make an improvement in their product, and instead of keeping it at the same price and just say like, example, I busted $1,000 last year on a Note 8. Now, a new one came out, the Note 9. So I figured, I've been a Note fan. I'm a Note freak. I love the Note. I love the pen feature. Take it out of here. Boom. It's one of my favorite features in the phone. Hear the sound? Custom made it with the Star Wars sound. But you know what? They came with a new product to replace it. Looks similar. Has a few improvements, of course, a little bigger screen. The stylus now is like wireless. You could use it as a remote to stop movies, pause movies, take pictures and whatnot. So, they improved that. They doubled the memory inside from 64 to 128, which is great, 128 gigabytes. They improved the battery by, I don't know, 35% or something. Went up from 3,300 mAh to like 4,000, so that's a big improvement. What else they did? The camera much improved. Now it has like the aperture settings now that you could change the aperture, and it's great on low light now. So the camera, even though it's still the same 12 megapixel, it's much improved, especially in low light. All right. So I said, you're giving me, you're making it hard on me to say no. You know what I'm saying? So I bit the bullet. Now, what they did, gave you a better product, similar in size, yes, it didn't change much, but it had a lot of new improvements. Now here's the key, same price, $999, $999. You gave me a better product for the same price. And not only did you do that, they gave me $450 for my own phone. So gave them my old phone, 45% of the value, so I got the phone for $550. Hey, that's the great way to do business. Now, I got the Mavic Pro, the original. Now, it's been out for a couple years. I only had it for a little over a year. I didn't bite the bullet as soon as it came out because I did have a Phantom 3 Advanced, which I loved, and but I love the convenience of this being so small. So I bit the bullet. I got the Mavic, and I've been extremely happy with it. I mean, it's a great drone. I bet. The only thing I wish it had a little better low light performance. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm cool with it. Now, new one comes out. I'm like, hey, let me bite the bullet. Let's see what what improvements they give. You know what I'm saying? So it comes out, similar body. Here's the improvements that I had. Run them down. So more sensors. So it has little side sensors, down, up sensor, so they sensor it up. Not that I use it for that. I usually have it nice and high, so I don't do all that active track thing. You know what I'm saying? They improved the active track. They kept the same camera, right? On the zoom version, they just made it zoom now. You can zoom on it now. They improved the battery by 2 or 3 minutes, which is good. You know what I'm saying? Any little improvement is good. And that's about it. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. I mean, it could go a little further. Now you can see it on 1080p. So they did a lot of mostly software improvements and some hardware improvements. The camera zooms and all that. That's great. You know what I'm saying? Hey, after 2 years, we're getting a nice product. So what happens? I see the price. I think it's gonna be the name, the same, customer friendly, semi-pro consumer, because we're not pros, you know what I'm saying? I drive, I love to fly the drone and do my own home movies. I'm not doing this professionally, because if I had a professional job to do, I probably would have got, at least the P4 or one of those big boys. I forgot the name of it right now. So, and most of the customers they do have is just, consumers that want a nice product, you know what I'm saying? So what you do, you improve the system, you improve the bird, but you charge an extra 25%. Now it's $1,250 for basically something, a little more sensors, and a little improvement. You got the zoom feature, little feature, what I'm saying? Yeah, you have to put something else on it, you know what I'm saying? You didn't put the main thing that I wanted, a bigger sensor, but we come into that because they do have one like that. And I'm like, dude, I got this for a year. I'm happy with it. You know what I'm saying? I know you gave me a few good improvements, but you didn't make me salivate. You didn't give me the same price points. You improved the product, but you brought it up to another price point. You made it harder for me to get. I mean, and I like the Note. They do have a trade-in for this, but it's like, what, $380 or something like that? But I still got to pay almost $1,000 to get the other one, which is what I paid here originally. So I'm going to give you this. I'd rather just sell it in Craigslist and get better money on this, you know. So the trade-in is not really, you know, it's not a great trade-in, you know, when you compare how much more they charge you now for the new product. And not only that, now they have the secondary Mavic Pro 2, which is basically the one that's actually supposed to replace mine, and that one goes for $1,450, $450 more. That's a 45% price hike on something that you should just improve gradually. And you know, you want to add a couple of dollars, all right, but 45%, I think that's a little too steep. I mean, you know what I'm saying, and that really drew me off. You know, I'm like, you know, I mean, thanks that you improved it, but now you're creating new price points for the same drone that it was priced just right at $999. You know what I'm saying? It was like, right there. You know, it's expensive, but you know what? I could deal with it. But now, after 2 years, that's another thing. If you improve a product after a couple of years, you make a lot of money on it. First year is all right. But as people know in the industry, after the second year, all the parts go down in price, man. You're building the same product for the second year. Your stuff is like 30-40% less to build. You know what I'm saying? At least 30%. You never brought the price down. So you made quite a bit of penny, you know? You know, why are you sticking it to your customers, you know what I'm saying, and charging more for basically the same thing and doing improvements? Like, take it from the phone companies. Rarely do they have, you know, a price hike. All right, the iPhone X did it last year, but they completely changed the whole phone, you know what I'm saying? But yet they kept the 7 to 8, which is the same phone, and just, you know, kept the same price with much better improvements. You should have done the same thing. I mean, a couple $100, you know, for the 1-inch sensor one, but the zoom, you should have kept the same price. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I think they're just being greedy, and I'm not going to fall into. I'm happy with this drone. If you have your Mavic Pro, keep it. I mean, from the zoom, and pay $250, you like that zoom feature, you know, I mean, you like to drive around trees and all that, I mean, that's, you know, it's not really necessary. If you're like a regular consumer, you just like to fly your drone and have fun with it, take it nice and high, and you don't need it. If you want to see the improvement in camera, colors and all, because I know it's just a little flat in colors and stuff, do what I did. Instead of spending an extra, whatever, $12.50, get yourself some of these. Sucker goes for like $70. These are the ND filters with the Vivid Cinema. And these suckers, when you put in, when you bring down the ISO to 100, which is, that's the natural light basically, you put one of these, you can bring down the shutter speed and you get a crispy, and the Vivid collection gives you even better colors, very vivid colors, so you see an instant difference on your drone for an extra $70 if you want to see that improvement. You know what I'm saying? It's a great bird. It still flies 27 minutes, 2-3 minutes, you're not going to feel it. You know what? If they come down in price and they come more realistic, I do it. I just don't like companies that do that. I mean, another company that does that, that's why I never buy the products, is the Sony with the RX 100. You know, every time they come with a new one, started at 600, they came with the next year 700, the next year 800, the next year 900. Now it's, the latest one is worth like $1,300, you know what I'm saying, or $1,200-$1,300 for a point and shoot 1-inch sensor. Come on. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know, that's, you know, that's sticking it to the consumer. You're going to improve something because you want people to get rid of their old stuff to something new. You gotta make it appetizing. You just can't go up in price and keep on going up in price. I'm not going to fall into the trap, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I don't do this professionally. I do this more for fun. I do my family videos. I love to fly my drones. But you know what? If you're not going to make it appetizing, and as far as price, you know, nah, can't do it. Can't do it. So anyway, guys, you know, that's my, you know, release of the my complaints. Thanks for listening to my complaints. No, but I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's what's right is right, and sometimes you have to show these companies, listen, I'm not gonna fall for this. I'm not gonna just jump into the new product, jump into the new product. If you're just gonna, you know what I'm saying, if you do improvements and gives me something back, you know what I'm saying, keep the same price point, that's an improvement. Now you giving me the same product and improving the same shape, because it looks almost exactly the same. You did the improvement with the sensors, little flight time, you know what I'm saying? You bettered up the camera with the zoom, but it's still the same sensor, especially the entry level one for $1250. But you're charging 25% more after 2 years? You shouldn't have done that. I mean, it should have been the same price point for the zoom, and probably $100, $200 more for the 1-inch sensor. All right, you want to say, okay, it's a big professional 1-inch sensor, which is great, should be great for low light, then it's understandable. But nah, 45%, not happening. Anyway, guys, your boy Jeff. Till next time, see ya.